This is the journey to One Africa. Hey everybody, welcome back to SNOA, and this is Mika. Let's get right into it. I would love to invite and encourage you guys to subscribe to our channel. You can also sign up for the membership. By doing that, you're helping us to reach to as many people as we can out there, but also you can like our streams and our videos so that our videos may be recommended on YouTube to as many audience as it can out there. To jump right into the topic of today that I want to talk about, it is about Niger. You know, we have been talking a lot about Niger, you know, this year, since the last year, and there's an update that is going on right now in Niger. This last Saturday, hundreds of Nigerians rally in Niger's capital to push for U.S. military departure. The news says that hundreds took to the street of Niger's capital on Saturday to demand the departure of U.S. troops after the ruling junta further shifted its strategy by ending a military accord with the United States and welcoming Russian military instructors. To dive a little bit deep into this news, so how did the protesters in Niamey express their support for the government's action? Protests in Niamey showed their support for the military government action by marching through the city, displaying signs with the message like USA, Russia out of Niger, and vocally opposing American bases on Nigerian soil. The presence of Russian flags among the protesters also indicated some level of support for the new military cooperation with Russia. Let me just say this, man. You all know what happened last year in Niger, right? You know, the military took over the government and actually detained the president of Niger at that time, and they demanded the quick departure of French troops in Niger. And that was successful. And we all know that there was a little bit of tension, actually big tension between ECOWAS, Niger. And as a result, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali decided to form alliance to be like, you know what, we're going to stand together. And if you come after one of us, we're going to come after all of y'all. Right? That's what they did. And so everything kind of like dies down. But the great concern, I remember I came here and I shared another news showing that soon after that, what happened, it showed like United States and military and troops just running around the city of Niger. And that was a concern for us and concern for the Niger as well, because a lot of time when you see France, they're most likely cooperating with the United States, and simply because of NATO, right? We remember what happened in Libya. It was France and USA, NATO together, took down the leader of Libya. And at this time, it was a great concern. But even more concerning thing, it was about the United States troop in Niger, because there's still United troop in Niger, actually United States military bases. And this is what I can say, the UN military operation, a major air base in Niger, city of Agadez, some 920 kilometers from Niamey, using it for manned and unmanned surveillances, flights, and other operation. A drone base known as Airbase 201 near Agadezi was also built at a cost of more than $100 million US. So actually, United States, they have a military base in where? In Niger. And according to the news, it shows that there were about 1,100 US troops in Niger. So Niger, they've been battling for a long time to get rid from the shackle of France. But United States is right there. They have their military bases, but also they have more than 1,100 troops in Niger. And we all know, you know, what Niger produced. You know, there's a uranium in Niger that has been contributing to the 40% of electricity in France. But also there's gold, but also there's coal. There's so many. This place strategically, it's very important place when it comes to the Western countries, but also in Africa. So military took over the government is a sign of them trying to break out from this shackle of neocolonialism that have been meddling in their agenda for so long time, right? So right now we have this news that the people actually, just like what they did to France, they're doing the same thing to United States and asking the troops to get out of Niger because they want to be completely independent. I wouldn't say completely, because they're turning to Russia, right? They're actually trying to get rid of this relationship that has not been working out for so long, and turning their eyes to Russia and to kind of like join force with them. So you all know Russia and United States, you know, they've been enemies for pretty much for all the time. So if you're not, you know, with United States, pretty much you're with Russia or China, right? So basically that's what is happening. And for me, as someone that I believe in independence, complete independence, and I believe in a mutual relationship, a cooperation relationship that will benefit both of us. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot really kind of like lock yourself, you know, away from the world, right? But what we can do is to try to manage to come up with some sort of relationship that will benefit all of us, that nobody will be above anyone, but all of us will work together and benefit our countries, benefit ourselves, right? When it comes to minerals, when it comes to electricity, when it comes to whatever it is, if we are going to partner, if we are going to collaborate with one another, then we need to both be benefiting from what is happening. So I just came from Rwanda. And one thing that I learned from Rwanda that I think is very necessary for the entire continent to adapt is how they manage to control their relationship with the rest of the world. So in Rwanda, basically, if you want to invest in Rwanda and you're non-Rwandese, let's say you're from the West, then first and foremost that you need to agree on the knowledge transfer. Whatever that you're investing in there, we're not just going to leave you do it, but you're going to need to transfer that knowledge to the rest of our people. Because one day, if we are going to depart from one another, then we must ensure that we understand what you're doing and we can do it by ourselves. That's one of the most important things. But another element is that you must employ our people. We must have our people in the leadership. We must have our people in your company, even in the top position as well. And it helps to actually control and control the dynamics of the power. You know what I'm saying? That you're not just going to have all the power over us, but we going to share this power together. You are in our country. This is our country, and you're doing something to benefit yourself. We must also be benefited from what you're doing in our country. And I think this is very important. But a lot of time, the relationship between USA and Africa, it has not been mutually benefiting us, right? It mostly have been exploitive kind of relationship. And I think that is what Africa will say no right now, that you know what? This is not 60 years ago. If there's something on the table, then it must be something that can benefit all of us. You're not boss over us. No, you are in our country and you want to do a business with us, then you must treat us with respect and you must come to and agree to the term that we want it to be. So that's the problem that Africa has with the United States, or that it has with France. It always seems like you want to undermine Africa. But this is not that time, because more than 70% of generation in Africa are youth, and most of them are educated. We know what we want, we know what we deserve, and we know what is needed for this continent to prosper. All right, for so long time, we've been taking advantage of the continent, but this is not the time. No more taking advantage of the continent. It's as simple as that. So if you cannot abide to that, if you cannot agree to that, then this is what is happening. People are marching out to rally and to kick you out of their countries. Because we ain't gonna settle for anything lesser than our value. We understand our value and we understand what we need. And that's why I was very fascinated with Rwanda, and I'm very fascinated with that, because the relationship in Rwanda, you guys, you have seen this news a lot. There's this Chinese that beat the people of Rwanda back in the days. These guys were taken to prison, and after serving their term, they were deported away from the country. And right now, when you go to Rwanda, man, Rwandese are respected. If you're a foreigner in Rwanda, you respect the people in Rwanda. And that's not just, between relationship of inside and outside, but also if you have made inside the house. If you beat them, if you do anything, man, you're going to need to pay a lot of costs. You're going to be held accountable, because that is one of the basic foundation of Rwanda we see today, accountability. Number 3 strategy. The first one is thinking big. The second one is unity. The third one is accountability. And I think Africans are awakening. And I think youth of Africans, we want to see a different change in the continent. And this is the call to the elder in the country, in the continent, that guys, This is no more the time to sit back and to sleep. Instead of doing your work, stand up, work up, and realize and see what the need of the people are, because the people are ready to do whatever it takes to protect the future of our generations. So I am here to applaud Niger for what they're doing. And I think United States, it's the time for you to let it go. It's the time for you to let it go. Because I've never seen any Africa military base in the United States. But you guys have military bases all over the continent. And this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable because this is our land. It's not a land for proxy wars. Russia are getting in the Niger right now, and they understand if Russia are coming in, and United States have more than 1,100 troops in the Niger, most likely war might happen, and what they said all the time, casualties, our people, a lot of our people will die. So kudos to Niger, and I think the entire continent should be awakening right now and kick away all these foreign powers. If you're here to do business, let us do business and not putting your military bases in our countries. A lot of people out there, we don't even know what you're doing in our countries. We cannot agree to that. We are saying no. I don't even know if you guys understand that. I'm not an enemy of the United States. The United States is not my enemy. But it's as simple as that. That we understand what we need. So get the heck out of the way. Leave us and let us do our work to prosper our nations. So Niger, we're standing with you. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section. Do you think United States are going to leave Niger? Do you think these troops are going to pack their bags and go? What will it take for us to do in order for these guys to get out of Niger? Let me know in the comment section and it'll be amazing. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace out.